Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and this video is going to show the fastest cars made by the in-game manufacturer Ocelot in terms of lap time. As always, the position counter is in the top left with the best lap time the vehicle achieved in the top right, and since it's more for interest purposes rather than anything functional, non-raceable cars are included in this list. Also, as the title says, this is cars only, there's no bikes, planes or anything else here. This video only focuses on track performance, so if you're interested in top speed, where braking, cornering and acceleration aren't relevant, check the link in the description for the top speed testing series, and if you want to know more information about this testing, including the extent to which it's accurate and how useful it is for you personally, have a read of the full description as everything that you need is in there. This video lists the top 10 cars and is correct as of the Cayo Perico heist update. For any vehicles added after that or other classes of cars, check the playlist linked in the second line of the description, and feel free to check out my Patreon or become a YouTube member if you want to support this work and get testing results of any new cars a little bit early. So Ocelot here, we've seen the first three with the Stromberg and we saw the Swinger there as well. The Ardent is in 7th place, and again, the Ardent is always frustrates me that we can't race with this. There's no reason, it's got some piddly little guns on the front, but in reality they could easily be disabled, and it should be able to be used in Sports Classics races because it would be right on the top pace with the Turismo Classic and the Cheetah Classic. It would be a great car to use in Sports Classics races, but yeah, Rockstar being Rockstar, I guess, is the story for that one. The Locust in 6th place doesn't drive very well, but it still gets an okay lap time. And there are 12 cars that Ocelot make, so obviously 2 cars that didn't make this top 10 list, as we see the Penetrator in 5th place. The 2 cars that didn't make the list are the Jackal in 11th place and the slowest Ocelot of the F620, obviously, and that would be in 12th place and last. Terrible car anyway, you don't need to worry about it. Obviously, I do dislike the F620, but the idea of me disliking it so much has become such a meme, and people have overused it so much. For those who don't know why I don't like the F620, I just don't like the way that it drives. I don't like the way that it looks. It's slow. It's not very nice. But yeah, I happened to voice my opinions back in 2014 on the first coupes testing video, and it's never died down since. So yeah, it always gets used as the meme vehicle to annoy me now, so that makes me hate it even more. But 4th place, the Jugular, which is the quickest regular 4-seat car in the game. Obviously the Toreador, as we saw in a previous video, is the ultimate quickest, significantly quicker than the Jugular, but the Jugular obviously doesn't have rockets on the back, so if you're looking for a regular 4-seat car, the Jugular is the quickest. And then we got the Pariah here in 3rd place, which is in 2nd place for the sports class. It's right up there on most regular tracks. As long as you can handle the Italy GTO, it is going to be the better one to choose over the Pariah, especially if there's a bumpy section where you can really get the speed up from the Italy GTO. But obviously the Pariah, it's fantastic around the lap, obviously, with a 1-minute lap time, but its strength really is its top speed. It's the fastest car in the entire game for top speed, and obviously that would make it top of the list for top speed for Ocelot as well. As we come into 2nd place, we've got the XA21, which is just a little bit quicker than the Pariah. In terms of top speed, the Pariah would, demolish the XA21, but when it comes to the lap time, it's got really good traction, the XA21. It is a supercar. It's one of the top 10 supercars in the game. One of the very few cars that breaks a 1-minute lap time barrier. So yeah, it's an excellent machine. It's very quick, but it's just a little bit too far off the pace of the top cars now, like the Krieger and the Emirates. There was a time where the XA21 was right at the very top, but yeah, that's not the case anymore, and it's just left behind a little bit. So Ocelot need to sort of up their game and release something else to stay on the top pace. But ultimately, the quickest Ocelot is, as we've seen with all the vehicles that have open wheel, all the manufacturers that make open wheel cars, it's the R88 for Ocelot with a 56-second lap. It's significantly quicker than what we saw from the XA21. It is the slowest open wheel car though, in terms of lap time. And I think top speed as well. No, maybe the PR4 was the slowest for top speed. I can't quite remember now, but it was certainly one of the bottom 2 for top speed. And when it comes to lap time, it's the slowest as well, only fractionally, but it can't hold a candle to the BR8, for example. But when we're just looking at Ocelot vehicles made by this manufacturer, the R88 is far and away quicker than everything else, and we're going to see a comparison here, as we always do at the end of these videos, between the first and second placed vehicles. The R88 in first and the XC21 in second. The R88 actually loses speed in the first part of the lap on that first sort of straight, and that's something that most of the open wheel cars do. It's just because they don't have any, their top speed is so bad. But then obviously we come to the cornering sections and it just flies away and ahead, and by the end of the lap it's significantly far ahead. So yeah, that's Ocelot. They are the sort of in-game version of Jaguar, and they make some interesting cars, I think. I don't necessarily like all of them. The F620 is one of the ones I like the least. We've got things like the Lynx, which we saw in 9th place, that was, when it came out, was massively overpriced. It was sort of the most expensive sports car in the game, and it was pretty poor in terms of performance even back then. But then they make some great cars like the Pariah, which is one of my favourite cars to drive. So it's a mixed bag with Ocelot for me personally, but I know a lot of people like a lot of their cars. So this is the top 10 list, and obviously, like I said, the Jacko and the F620 would be in 11th and 12th, and that's everything from the Ocelot makes. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Consider supporting on Patreon or become a YouTube member if you want testing results early. And remember to read the description for more info, comment with your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed or found it helpful, and subscribe for more. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.